All right, so on with the teaching. So we're going to focus on the abomination of desolation, the relentless persecution of God's people, the triumphant cleansing of the temple. And it really is a prophetic foreshadowing of the great tribulation to come. See, Daniel 11 speaks clearly. Forces from him shall arise and profane the temple and fortress, and shall take away the regular burnt offering. And they shall set up the abomination that makes desolate. Antiochus fulfilled this prophecy in exact detail. After returning from his humiliating defeat in Egypt, Antiochus entered the city by force, killed over 40,000 men, enslaved women and children, looted the temple, abolished the daily sacrifice, pretty much everything we said in the previous read. See, Antiochus not only desecrated the temple, but he transformed it into idol worship, setting up an image of Zeus, declaring himself to be the God manifest on earth. See, this is the perfect mirror of the future image of the beast described in Revelation 13:15, which will be placed in the temple and forced upon humanity under death threat. You guys remember what Tim Cohen showed us as far as the statue that was made of King Charles? See, 2 Thessalonians 2 warns us that the man of sin will sit in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God, exactly as Antiochus did. His goal was the complete erasure of God's covenant identity from his people, forcing them into total submission. He did everything to the exact, eliminating the law, redefining the temple as a house of paganism. Antiochus' reign is a prophetic pattern that will mirror the Antichrist that is coming, that will attempt to completely sever all traces of God, but over the entire planet, making war with the saints and prevailing for a time period. See, the persecution under Antiochus reached a brutal extreme, fulfilling Daniel 8, which declared that he would destroy the mighty and the holy people. Mothers who circumcised their children were publicly executed. The infants were hung around their necks before both were thrown off the city walls. Elders and scribes who read or taught the word of God were burned alive. Altars to false gods were erected in every city, and all were forced to offer sacrifices to these idols. Those who refused were tortured, filleted, sawed in half. Yet in the midst of all of this terror, there was a faithful remnant. Among them rose the Mattheans and his sons, known as the Maccabees, who refused to bow. Their cry was, "Whoever is zealous for the law and maintains the covenant, let him follow me." 1 Maccabees 2:27. See, the Maccabees waged a resistant campaign, living in granite caves in the mountains, enduring hunger, isolation, and under constant attack. Yet through their faith and unwavering obedience to God, they overcame the overwhelming odds. For 3.5 years, they were under attack, but they overcame. They reclaimed the city. They entered the desecrated temple, tore down the image of Zeus, rebuilt the altar of God, rededicated the temple to Yahweh, an event that birthed the Feast of Hanukkah, known as the Feast of Dedication. This cleansing and rededication prophetically mirrors the final trumpet of Jesus Christ, who will return at the end of the great tribulation, cleanse his holy mountain, destroy the Antichrist in his image, and establish his righteous rule from a purified Jerusalem. See, Daniel 8 spoke of this cycle when it said, unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. See, this prophetic number was fulfilled in the days of Antiochus, but also points to the final restoration when the true Messiah will return. See, Revelations 2 speaks of 42 months, 1,260 days, where the holy city will be trampled and the saints will prophesy in sackcloth. This is the mirror of what happened under King Antiochus, showing that history is prophecy. And the past tribulation under King Antiochus was a dress rehearsal for the greater persecution yet to come. Just as there were compromisers within Israel who bowed to King Antiochus, so too will there be in the modern church today, who will embrace the beast system, take the mark, betray the brothers and sisters, betray the remnant. Just as there was the faithful Maccabees who endured persecution and reclaimed Jerusalem, so too will there be faithful saints who were overcome by refusing the mark, refusing the beast, remaining faithful unto death. As Revelation 20 says, and I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded for their testimony of Jesus and for the word of God, and who had not worshipped the beast or his image, and had not received his mark. The cleansing of the temple under the Maccabees, it is a prophetic declaration that through tribulation will come victory, and it belongs to those who endure. King Antiochus defiled everything that was holy, yet his defilement did not last forever. The Antichrist will likewise defile the earth and the people of God, but his reign will be cut short, his image will be destroyed, and his system crushed by the King of Kings. The remnant will shine like lights in the midst of darkness, just as the Maccabees were light in the time of great evil under King Antiochus. Jesus himself honored the remembrance of this victory. As it says in John 10:22, it was the feast of dedication in Jerusalem, which it was winter, and Jesus walked into the temple. See, this is the pattern that prepares us. False peace followed by betrayal, desecration of what is holy, violent persecution, and the triumphant cleansing by the faithful remnant. The battle is going to be fierce, but the reward is eternal. The Antichrist will appear for a short time, but the Son of Man will appear for all of eternity. The question remains, are you a part of the faithful remnant who will endure? Or will you be among those who compromise and fall away? Will you stand like Matthias and the Maccabees, crying out for the covenant of God? Or will you yield to the pressures of the world system? This same prophetic cycle is unfolding again. Those who remain faithful will inherit the kingdom when the sanctuary is cleansed once more, when the king returns in glory, and when the true temple is filled with everlasting righteousness. We got one more section, then we're done with this teaching.